Welcome to the second video in this recording session, and this truck's a bit larger than the last one, so I do have to adjust this camera. I'm sorry about that. If I just gave you motion sickness or something, I do apologize. But here we have my 1966 Chevy pickup. It's a bit rusty, if you noticed. Let's talk about what's not part of the kit before anything. So what's not part of the kit is everything in the bed. And I did that because I don't like the bed decals for this thing. They don't fit with the rusty design of this. They don't fit with that beat-up truck design because they're just perfectly clean, brand new boards. So, I used parts. And all these parts in here are actually the remaining pieces of a 1969 GTO that I was given by a good friend. It's going on, that GTO is going on a NASCAR chassis. So, front suspension. This is all just left the way it was once the car was built, however many years ago. Seats. Wheels. Nice engine. I might put the engine in something. I might put it back in the GTO, honestly. Firewall. What's left of a firewall, rather. Inner wheel. Exhaust tips. The rear end. The intake manifold minus the carburetors and air filters. Or maybe just the air filters, I don't even remember. Which were on the orange 1957 Corvette gasser. Random engine bay crap. On the drive shaft. Now that that's out of the way, here is the truck. The color is blue matte, or blue flat. God dang it, I'm retarded. But you really don't see much of it. You see more of the rust. And what I did was I took a beat up brush and just kind of started really doing it up on the roof and really globbing it. And it's not smooth. It feels like you're running your hands across rough metal, except it's plastic. But that's just a technicality. So in the bed you see the decals that I don't like. They're too shiny for me and they're just too clean looking. So we've got some chrome, which is also rusted up a bit. But the body is the looks are the only beat part of this truck. I put the Red's Orchard and Fresh Market decals on this. And over top of the decals then I took a paper towel with a little bit of the dark brown and rust colors and just streaked it up to make it look like someone had run down on it and started rusting way down that way. Rusted out badging and hubcaps. And here's a bit where some water collected and ran down and rusted that little bit away. And the grill looks beat up and everything. And the other side's more or less the same. That is not focusing because I'm not even holding it remotely still. So, anyway. Now, you may ask yourself, who's Red? Who owns this orchard? Well, that's his orchard. Now, the interior on this is very shiny red. Red leather, I'm calling it. With black and chrome accents, and this is not focusing very well, I'm sorry. And it's got some nice seats. And then the hood. Oh, the hood. Now I have springs under the hood so that you put it up and it'll stay up, and if you try to push it down without locking it, it'll spring back up a bit. So, it stays up very well on its own. There's just springs tucked in back there. So let's talk more about the inside of the hood. The inside of the hood's really beat up, and everything else inside isn't. So, got the springs, a little bit of engine detail. I actually went a little bit over on this one. So, painted everything in there, you know. Everything real nice, like we got all sorts of stuff in there. I really just went with some of the bigger details. We got plug wires in there, fuel line for the 3 carburetors that I put on top of the thing. Radiator hoses are an obvious thing. Throttle cable, and heater lines in there. I assume you can see those at the very bottom of the screen, running from the heater to the engine, obviously. Now, underneath, also clean and simple. Now, I did some things down here. You can see the line just running there. I just kind of tucked it under. Now, yes, it's a bit beat up down here, but it's mostly just road crud is what I'm calling it. So, it's just a bit dirty. And that's really all. We got the spare tire, and you'll notice homemade springs for the rear suspension. And in the front as well, but it's really hard to see those ones. Focus, you stupid $100 phone. Whoop. Whoop. That ain't focusing. Alright, it's fine. I made some of the rust a bit more bubbly, I guess, if you will, using some glue. And that's really about all there is to this car. Or truck, rather. There ain't a whole lot to this build. It's simple and a bit beat up, but it's fine. Because it's like actually one of the best trucks ever. Close the hood up, and that'll finish off this video. I'm sorry this one was dragged out so long by me showcasing all of the junk, the remaining pieces of the GTO's soul. But excusing the fact that I just broke the license plate off the truck, this is pretty good. Have a nice day. I'll see you in another video, which will probably be a 1969 Mustang.